Hi everyone, my name's Anne-Marie. Welcome to this very special project. Today's the 10th of September and it's one day before my 50th birthday. And I thought it would be really fun to do a scrapbooking page today because I said this last year for my birthday, we don't do enough of them. I absolutely adore scrapbooking, but the scrapbooking projects, as you'll appreciate, take a lot more preparation than the card making projects. And I never seem to have enough photos for scrapbooking projects. But today I want to make a very special scrapbooking page. I'm going to use a photograph of myself, and it was a photograph that was taken 10 years ago tomorrow. So it was taken on my 40th birthday. And I'll tell you a little bit more about that as we go along. It might be a photograph that you've seen before, but I'll tell you the background to it as well. So you might want to kick off your slippers and have a cup of tea to watch this, because it might be a long one, because there's been an awful lot of preparation going into this. Everything I use I shall put on my blog as normal. It's no different, it's just because it's going to be a little bit longer. And I think it's rather special, and it's my way of sort of saying to you, thank you very much, here's something a bit different. So anyway, I'm digressing there. Everything I use I shall put on my blog in a detailed list as always. There'll be lots of photos of the project on there, and I do hope you enjoy watching. So you can comment on my blog or on Facebook. Don't forget, I'm looking for virtual cards, just a photograph of a card you might have made, and you can put it on my wall for my birthday tomorrow, because I make cards for you all year round. It would be great to see some of yours, and I want to thank you in advance. And I'm so looking forward to seeing them. And I've actually had a couple of physical cards as well, so I'm not opening them till tomorrow. But I will say thank you, and I will email you. If you've sent me a card, I'll email you directly to say thank you. So I'm thanking you in advance there. So you can comment on Facebook, you can comment on my blog. If you comment on YouTube, I can't reply to you. I do read them all, but I just can't reply because there's a glitch with my account. It's ongoing, it'll be there forevermore. And I'm like a parrot because I have to keep repeating that for new viewers. So do sort of like bear with me for that. So let's get on with our scrapbooking page, because I'm so excited about this, and you can probably tell in my voice because I do absolutely adore scrapbooking, and I've been looking at this layout for the last few days while I've been prepping it and getting it ready. And I'm just so excited about the fact that we can, you know, make it together. And it's out of a card making kit, funnily enough. We're going to do something a little bit different with it, and another reason why I'm so excited, because it's something different out of something you've probably already got. Okay, so our background for our scrapbooking page is from the Cricket cardstock collection, the double-sided card that Anna has. And yes, I know it's a beautiful pattern on the background, and it's such a shame, but we want the gold grid. So you can see that it's the metallic gold grid. Now this is going to be our base of the page. Sometimes when I do a scrapbooking page, if I'm going to frame it, I would put that on heavier cardstock underneath. Maybe even a piece of cardboard to keep it straight. I will be framing this because I think at the end of it, it's going to need framing. Okay, so we're going to use Anna's Blooming Decoupage card making kit, and we're going to pick out 4 of the beautiful card toppers with the designs on, and we're going to need 4 of the gold backing that she includes as well in the card making kit, but extra is our black cardstock. And what we're going to do is we're going to take our topper with the design on, and we've got flat tape on this, and we're going to add this to our gold layer. Now I'm only going to do one of these because, as I say, we want 4 of them. And I think you might all be nodding off if I have to do all 4. So we've matted the design onto the gold cardstock, and then I'm going to mat the gold onto the black. Now if it gets a little bit noisy, they've just started to bale in the field and collect the bales. Literally, as I started the video, I thought, oh no, and my heart sank, but it'll just be sweeping past. So now we're matting the layer onto the black, so we've got just that little black edge. Now I did mention that we want 4 of these, and what I've done is I've picked 2 of the floral designs, floral portrait, and 2 floral landscape. I've matted them all, as you know, in the process that I've just shown you, and I've got double-sided tape on the back of them. And what I'm going to do is I'm now going to add them to my page, and I'm going to butt them up to just the line as it's going round at the bottom, the top of the little cross, and at the side of the little cross. I'm going to try and get it straight. It's a little bit difficult looking round my camera for this one, but I think I might have mastered it. So we've got double-sided tape on all of them. So these are just flat layers at the moment. And add in the next one. So you're kind of using, you're just following it round on the page, if that makes sense, for your first layers. So this, for anyone that's never scrapbooked before and that's got the card making kit, this really, as ornate as it's going to be, it's quite an easy one to start with. It's just the work that'll go into the decoupage. Now I'm hoping that is in line with the rest of them. I think it is. So far, those simple steps have given us a gorgeous 12 by 12 layout already. So maybe you don't have any photos, maybe this could be a recipe book. That would be a good idea. Maybe it would be a garden book. You could add your photos of your favourite flowers from the garden. You don't have to do pictures of people. I think a lot of people get caught up in the trap of thinking, oh, it has to be a person in a scrapbook. It doesn't. It could be an animal, it could be flowers, it could be things you cook, it could be things you make. It could be anything. So that's our background. Next, we're going to work out our picture. Now, this is where, for me, the fun begins. This is a picture of me. Very glam. Somebody even said, oh, you look like Diana Dawes there. Thank you very much. That was a big compliment because, you know, Diana Dawes was a beautiful woman. Now, I'm going to let you into a secret. This is a wig. I wish it was my own hair. My own hair is very nearly like that, but not quite. But it was a party, and it was a Hollywood themed party. And you can see, you know, I'm all dolled up. And I had a good night. And that photo was taken by a friend. And it's just, you know, I think it's my favourite photo of me. Anyway, so I thought I'm going to use that because it's 10 years old tomorrow, and I just think it's a great photo to use with something like this. I've cut it down slightly and I've matted it onto the gold cardstock, the same gold cardstock that we've used for the background beneath our blooming bouquet layers. Now I've made some corners out of one of the cards that was in the actual card making kit. So I've just taken the front of the card and cut it up into inch wide strips. And if you check Instagram, I will put them on my blog as well, but I'm going to put the photos on there as well as my blog of the steps that I took to make the corners, because we've done corners before in previous videos. So I've just slipped them over the photo. I've got tape on the back of the corners, and I had tape on the back of the actual photo. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just simply add 2 little sentiments as well to the side of the photo, and I'm hoping these might just stick. And nope, they're not going to there. So we're just going to add a little bit, just move the base out of the way. I'm just going to use my little runner because I've got tape on the back of them. Just check I'm using the right side. And nothing's going to plan today, but it will do. So I'm just adding a little bit of tape, and then I can add 2 sentiments that were included in the kit, in the card making kit, that is. One says congratulations and the other says happy birthday. So I'm simply adding those just to the side of the photo, like that. There we go. And then I can mat the photo onto a layer of black cardstock, and that will tone in with the black that we've used to outline the actual bouquet blooming decoupage images. Bring our page back, and then I can add my photo to our page. Now I thought about the photo and where we could put it, and I'm going to plump for the centre, and I'm just going to lay it down just there. There we go. But before I press it down, I've got 2 of the fancy French fan dies that I'm going to add, and I just want to make sure, oh, I've put the page in the wrong way around anyway. Bring that back round. Thought that looked a bit odd. So our photo is going to sit roughly about there. There we go. And I've got 2 of the fancy French fan dies, and I just want to position them kind of to the side of the photo. Now this is the bit where at home you can kind of do it step by step, and you can move it about and leave it, walk away and come back to it and think, oh no, I'm going to do it there. Whereas I've got to make an instant decision about whether I'm happy with that in the position that it is. So what I'm thinking is that they are about right for me, because we're not going to see a great deal of the fan, but we know it's there and we'll see just the tips of it. So I'm kind of happy with that. Just straighten everything up, press it down. Now comes the decoupage bit. So I've made lots and lots of decoupage, and the decoupage is all from the kit that we've taken the images from the base of the card layers. So it's the Blooming Decoupage kit. I've made all the images up from the 4 sheets that we've used, using 3D foam pads. There's all the instructions on the back of the decoupage to be able to make it. And now the fun bit starts. I can add the decoupage, and I can add it either over the pictures that are already there, like this. And don't worry about covering the fan, because you just want to see the tips of it and the little bits of the layers. And the decoupage is going to cover some of the sentiment, some of the picture. That's what we want. We're building up the picture and the flowers around the picture, should I say. So they don't have to be spot on where you're placing them, but I'm placing the 4 main ones over the pictures, the base picture. And then I can start adding some of the extra sections of the flowers that there is included on the sheets. And I love the rose with the acorns. I really do. I think that is just so pretty. And I think all of the decoupage is just so beautiful, and it can be built up and used in so many different ways. And I'll just move that section to there. There we go. And we're just building it all around. And this is the little bit that I thought, oh, you might get a little bit bored and you might prefer to, you know, whiz it on while I'm placing the flowers. Maybe not. Hopefully you're enjoying it as much as me. I really do like scrapbooking. I know I've said that before, but I really do. So we're just adding our flowers, and they can cascade over the fan, or you could put them under. The little acorns, do love those, so pretty. Now you see how this section, I can't add it exactly over the picture. That's fine. I'll just pop that bit to one side of the rose and have it just slightly over the picture at one edge. That doesn't matter. And our last little piece of decoupage will sit nicely. Should we add it here? There. That'll sit nicely there. Now I've got a little sentiment. Again, it was in the card making kit, and I'm just going to add it to one side there, I think. I'll bring it down a little bit lower. There. There we go. And that's our sentiment. And then again in the kit there's the large bows, and I'm thinking I'm going to add that under the sentiment like that. And that is our scrapbook page finished. I think card making kits are absolutely beautiful, but I think it's great to be able to think outside the box. And Anna's kits allow you to do that. And this is one of the prettiest card making kits that I've seen in a long time. And I think the things that you can create, the adaptability that it's got, is just awesome. And that page for me is just so beautiful. And I hope it just inspires you a little bit. Just even that little thought to think, you know what, I'm going to get that kit out, I'm going to make a card with it. Or to think, you know what, I am going to make a scrapbooking page, whether it's of your cat, your dog, your raccoon, whatever you've got. I don't know anybody with a raccoon, I'd just like to throw that in. But you know what I mean. You might have a parrot, you might have a favourite begonia in your garden, you might have a lavender plant. You name it, you can scrapbook it. Don't be scared to scrapbook if you've never done it before, because at the end of the day, when we're making cards, we give them away. but scrapbooking pages we keep, unless you make them for somebody else. But 9 times out of 10 we would keep a scrapbooking page, and that is a great way of using your crafty stash without parting with it, because sometimes we begrudge giving somebody our favourite flowers. So keep them for yourself, make it into a scrapbooking page. So I'd like to say thank you so much for watching. I know you don't always like the projects. There might be one that you think, oh no, that's not my cup of tea, but that one's great. And that's fine, because, you know, I can't please everybody. And I know it's very difficult sometimes to hit the nail on the head. But if you've watched it, I'm happy. Whether you enjoy it or not, I know that sounds wrong. But you've watched it and it might just inspire you. And I do appreciate it. I appreciate your comments, and I really do. I do love hearing from you. So I'd just like to say thank you for supporting me for another year since my 49th birthday last year to my 50th tomorrow. I'm so excited. I know I've no idea what I'm getting. I've left it into my husband's capable hands, and I'm sure it'll be great whatever it is. So I'd just like to say thanks for watching, and I shall see you next time.